Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a review on the new Rimmel London Color Edition Magnif'Eye eyeshadow palette. So this is what it looks like. Has a variety of really pretty colors. Alright, so from looking at the eyeshadow palette, I don't have a lot of variety when it comes to transition colors, so I'm gonna be dabbling in some other loose eyeshadows that I have, just so that I can have my transition shades, and then I'll go in with, you know, some of the eyeshadows from the palette to see how they wear. So let's get started. I'm gonna be taking my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Classic Ivory to prime my lids. Alright, so next I'm going to just set that powder with a little bit of translucent powder. Alright, so the first shade that I'm going to be taking is Caramel from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I really like this brown because it's very warm. It's like a very good neutral brown. So I'm going to take that and begin to add that to my crease. Like I said, this palette doesn't have too many matte shades. So it's gonna be a little difficult because I personally don't like putting shimmers in my crease, but today might be a brand new day. So what I'm gonna do is take the bronze shade from the eyeshadow palette. It will be right here, so you guys can see what shade I'm talking about. And I'm just going to place that in the outer V of my eye. So next I'm going to go into the Anastasia loose eyeshadow in the shade Fudge, and I'm going to take that and add it to the outer portion of my crease just to deepen up. So this look, we gotta add some color to it. I can't use the Color Edition palette and not add some color. So I'm just gonna kind of go with the flow because I don't know. I'm a rapper. The next shade that I'm gonna take is this kind of coppery orange shade, and I'm gonna be taking my Sigma E58 brush. The next shade that I'm gonna go into is this super yellow gold eyeshadow. Now this time I am gonna wet the brush just a little bit, and we're gonna see what it does. Ooh, hello. Okay. All right. So okay. This pigment is legit when the brush is wet. I was not expecting that at all. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I thought that was still gonna be dull even though I wet the brush, but Rimmel, you proved me wrong. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back into that copper shade, and I'm gonna wet that because I want both shades to be intense. Now with wetting the brush, the pigment does come off a little harsher, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit more blending between the two colors, but that's okay. And I'm just gonna pat over them so that they both blend. One thing I can say is Rimmel London makes really good shimmers. In some of the other eyeshadow palettes that I've tried, their shimmers tend to be A1. So the next thing I'm going to take, and I absolutely been loving the new Wonder Wing eyeliner from Rimmel London. And this is a felt tip, but I usually don't have good luck with felt tip. Like, I don't know what it is, but this brush is seriously amazing. Usually whenever I use felt tip, I find that the liner or the tip is not wet enough. It doesn't have enough product on it, so it never really works for me. I am gonna do a small wing, but I do like this one, and I like that when I change the direction, it just glides. Alright, so for today's foundation, I'm going to be testing out the Rimmel London The Lasting Finish 25-Hour Breathable Longwear Foundation. High definition finish with medium coverage. So, these are what the bottles look like. So let me give y'all this tea. Let me break it down for you, okay? Rimmel London does not have the greatest rep when it comes to expansion, or when it comes to variety of foundation shades. I mean, a lot of companies don't. They have, however, expanded their ranges. So with this foundation line, they do have a variety of different shades. Now, do they match? I don't know. We're gonna have to see today, because I don't know. Let's just do it. I have tried some of Rimmel's foundations before, and let's just say I'm gonna let my face speak for itself, okay? We're gonna try it out today though. That's in the past, we moving forward, okay? All right, so first things first, I'm gonna be taking my MAC Prep and Prime Skin Refine Zone Primer. All right, so I have the shade 502, and one thing I really like is the applicator. I think this applicator is super dope, just because, you know, sometimes when you use the back of your hand, like, it just gets messy. This just saves the messiness, okay? So I'm just going to add. Now I feel like this is going to be too dark. I am gonna mix this foundation a little bit. I'm gonna mix 402, which is super light, but we just gonna have to see. I'm nervous, but let's just do it. Okay. I don't know what's happening right now. Oh. What is going on? Come on now. Come on, Rimmel. I have faith. Now, the one thing, this foundation, however, now, this foundation does have a scent. So if you have sensitive skin, or, you know, just don't like scents, it may not be for you. Oh, Jesus. What is going on? Why is this acting like this? Oh no, nope. So we'll just exit out that, because no, not today. All right, you guys, so I did my foundation off camera, and then I'm going to just finish up the bottom lash line of my eyes, and I'm just gonna have it on the screen so you guys can see what colors that I'm gonna be using. All right, you guys, so I completed the eyes, so now I'm just going to do a lip, and yeah. So I'm gonna take this Lasting Finish lip liner. Next, I'm gonna take my Stay Matte Liquid Lip in the shade Mocha. You guys know I love a glossy nude lip, so I'm going to be taking my MAC Oyster Girl lip glass, and I'm going to apply that right on top. Now I'm going to take a little bit of my Mario Badescu Rose Water. So I'm going to be right back, and I will let you know my thoughts on this palette. From the looks of it, it is super pretty. Like, there's no doubt about it. The pigment is pretty good. I'm just gonna do a few swatches for you. The swatches are really nice. So one of the things that I would have appreciated a little bit more within the palette was more mattes, and more so mattes that I can use in my crease. Right now, I feel like this palette is a good palette when it comes to pops of color, but I don't find that I would be reaching for this shade as a transition color, or this shade as a transition color. Like, I need some transitions that are in the warm family to be included in this palette, and I feel like this palette would be a a go, like a definite heck yes. But based on that, I feel like that knocks it down a little bit, because, you know, if you're a simple person and you value simplicity when it comes to your makeup, or you don't have the biggest collection, having those shades where you have a few shimmers and then a few transition shades is perfect, because you really only need one palette. This palette isn't that one palette that you have to have, or that you just take with you because you need a few other things in order to complete a good eye. So the verdict of this eyeshadow palette: if you are new to makeup and you are building your kit or building your collection, I don't think this is a palette that you need right away, especially if you don't have any eyeshadows. This is not the first eyeshadow palette you need to pick up, okay? And that's just off the strength of the variety that's in the palette. It's just a whole bunch of pops of color. Now, if you're a little bit seasoned in your makeup collection and you're looking for something with good quality that's affordable, I would say go for it. This palette is a really good palette for you to have, especially if you're a fan of bright eyeshadows. I think this palette is really good and you would love it. But yeah, so my verdict, I would give this a 7. I'd give it a 7. I weigh palettes based on the versatility. If there's, you know, enough browns or enough colors, but other than that, based on the color, the affordable price, the quality, I definitely say that this is a really good palette. So yeah, and then, you know, you saw the situation with the foundation, so there's my verdict with that. But I mean, it happens, you know, sometimes it takes companies a little bit of time to, you know, get it right with our melanin. Do you feel me? Do you feel me? But it's okay. I'll just stick to what I use on a daily. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Thumbs up this video if you liked it. And I will see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye.